Hey everyone. So in today's video, I want to talk about how to create custom filters in Jinja and Flask. They kind of go together. So in the last video, I talked about filters. So if you haven't seen that video, just check out that video first. And in this video, I'll talk about how to create your own filters. So the first thing I need to explain is what I have set up already. I have a simple Flask app set up that renders a template and it passes a variable 5, which doesn't do anything. I have my var being displayed. So let me just run that and it shows 5. So like I said in the previous video, filters are just like functions, and they pretty much are functions. They just have a slightly different syntax. So the first argument of the function should be the variable that is being filtered, and then anything after that are arguments that you can pass to the filter. So I'm going to demonstrate a couple of custom filters that you can make. They're probably not very useful for a real world situation, but for your purposes, these examples should be enough. So the first one I want to do is I want to create something that can filter numbers. And I'll just do something like a power function. So there's already a pow function in Python, so I'm going to rename it something else. So I'll call this power, and it takes in x and y. And it will return simply x raised to y. Okay, so if you pass in 2 and then 3, you should get back 8, because 2 to the third power is 8. Very simple stuff. To make this into a filter, though, you have to add it to the Jinja environment and add it to the list of filters. So to do that, when you have a Flask app, you type app.jinja_env.filters, and then you can give your filter a name. So in this case, the name will be the name of the function, power. It can be anything you want, but it will equal the name of the actual Python function, which is also power. To avoid confusion, I'll call this pow with 3 W's so you can see it in action. So this needs to be declared after the function has been declared. Typically, you'd have some file that you import all your filters in, and then you can assign them to the Jinja environment. But since I'm only using one file, I just need to put the definition of the function up here and then the environment down here below the function. So I have this pow function, which is just a power. So I'll call pow, so P-O-W-W-W, and I'll pass it 3. So my var right now is 5. So if this works correctly, it should be 5 times 5 times 5, which is 125. So let's refresh the page and see what happens. We get 125. So it looks like it's working. Let me try a different number. I'll try 3 here. So 3 raised to the, let's say, 8th power, and I don't even know what this is. We'll see what it does. It should be a big number. So 6,561. That appears to be in the ballpark. I'm sure it's right though. So that's a pretty simple number filter, and you can make yours as complicated as you want. And I'll have another one called reverse. So this one's going to take in a string and it's going to reverse the string. So simply return string and reverse it. So this time my var is going to be Anthony, and let me add reverse to the environment. This time I'll make the names the same, so you know that this first one is the filter in Jinja and it equals the Python function, and they're the same. So let's call reverse on this, and since it only takes in one argument here, string, I don't need to put anything here because my var is being passed as that one argument. So let me save and refresh, and we see my name got reversed. So let me try one more. Pretty printed, save that, rerun it, and we see pretty printed gets printed in reverse. So it's very simple to add your own filters. Like I said, they're just functions, and you just have to know that the first argument is always the variable that's being passed to the filter. And then any other arguments after that are arguments that you have to pass in the template as well. So that's it for this video. If you have any questions about creating custom filters in Jinja using Flask, just let me know in the comments below. If you have any questions about anything else related to Flask or any requests for videos, you can also leave that in the comments below. So that's it for this video. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up. And thanks for watching. I will talk to you next time.